And deputies in Livingston Parish searching for a wanted man in a child sex crimes case. According to officials, Knights Brack announced its support for the proposal, as did Mayor President Sid Edwards. Let's go ahead and pull those results. A night meant for Tiger Pride turned tense after LSU's homecoming game when gunfire broke out near campus. Louisiana First News reporter Ethan Good spoke with those who are calling for stronger safety measures. Thank you for joining us here on Louisiana First News. I'm Bryanna Moore. At least 6 people are dead and others are injured in a mass shooting following a high school football game in Mississippi. For our broadcast tonight, we're back with you tomorrow at 5 on Louisiana First News. We hope you have a great night. Over a century of faith, history, and resilience. Today, one of Baton Rouge's most historical churches is celebrating a fresh start. Our very own Ethan Good shows us how the church's rededication means more than just the reopening of its sanctuary. Wild swing on Wall Street today after China raised its tariffs on U.S. goods. The trade between the two countries is valued at $500 billion a year. Reporter Gabe Gutierrez has those details.
Breaking news. According to multiple sources, the suspect who intentionally drove into a crowd of people in New Orleans has been killed, and police are investigating a possible improvised explosive device and an IED at the scene. At least 10 people confirmed dead and 30 more are injured after a pickup truck drove into New Year's Eve and Sugar Bowl celebrations on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Now, this is a developing story. Stay with KNWA Today for updates on air and online as they become available.
Well, we have breaking news. There's been a shooting incident at Southern University. The incident happened caused. Louisiana First News reporter Kayla Gaston is live in Tangipahoa. Kayla, I know you have been out there for some time. What can you tell us? This is an important reminder for drivers. DOTD is reminding everyone changes to the College Drive exit will now begin on Tuesday instead of Sunday. With severe
foods that you may want to avoid to prevent cavities.
Yeah, that's right. Researchers have found a link between foods with high levels of starch to oral bacteria.
I know I would, Alyssa, but continue to soak in all of those amazing moments. And thank you so much for your hard work. But that was our Alyssa Orange reporting from Paris. I spoke to several residents in Chester, a town rich in history. They tell me they have a lot to offer, but work needs to be done to advance as a community.
I mean, people fall in love with our town. Everybody says it's like stepping back in time.
Chester, Arkansas, a town rooted in history, once a town along the St. Louis-San Francisco Railway.
Outside the 21st District Courthouse, where the state of Louisiana has taken a stance against TikTok. Meanwhile, TikTok representatives told the judge this case shouldn't be in court.
We're focusing on the representations that TikTok has made, making its app available to the public. And basically saying that it is suitable for people that are 12 years old and older.
That's the main argument Louisiana's Attorney General Liz Murrill brought to today's hearing for its case against TikTok today in Livingston Parish. TikTok is accused of exploiting young users and misleading the public about its dangers. Attorney General Murrill claims the app targets youth with addictive, extreme content for profit, regardless of its appropriateness for children. But today's focus was on how and if the suit should go forward.
What we're here for today in this case is a question of whether we're going to stay in court in Louisiana and in court in Livingston Parish.
The question of the day, according to Attorney General Murrill, was if the state of Louisiana can sue TikTok in Livingston Parish and win on the merits. Regardless, Attorney General Murrill says there are alternatives.
Well, one of the defendants is a Delaware corporation, so presumably could be sued there. There's operations out of California, so they could probably be sued there.
While the lawyers representing TikTok did not wish to speak, they argued the state has not proven jurisdiction. The state claims TikTok has extensive contacts with Louisiana, including targeting and data collection. But they say the app operates nationwide with user-specific content. TikTok asserts features like in-app purchases and gifting are irrelevant to the case, and when it comes to the data, they say the company only learns a user's location after the user agreement is signed. Well, the judge has given both parties 10 days to review the arguments before moving forward with the next steps. Reporting in Livingston, Bryanna Moore, Louisiana First News. Yeah, that's right. I spoke with Dr. Nzinga Harris from Eleanor Health. Now, she says job instability and substance abuse often go hand in hand, and it's important to recognize the signs and know how to seek help.
Our Louisiana citizens are really struggling. The unemployment, the poverty is driving substance use disorder.
Dr. Nzinga Harrison explains at Eleanor Health they've seen in Louisiana that job instability can contribute to substance use. She adds if someone develops a substance use disorder, it can affect their job performance, potentially leading to job loss, which can escalate their addiction.
And so if we want to disrupt this chicken and egg cycle, it's really twofold. It's making sure people have access to employment with healthy wages and having really adequate partners to send your employees to for help.
Dr. Harrison says whether or not you have a substance use disorder, having stability and the ability to provide for yourself and your family is crucial for your health and well-being.
A life with purpose for many of us that comes through our employment. And so each of those, when it is missing, is a direct line to a worsening substance use disorder and the risk of an overdose death.
She says, luckily, whether you're employed or unemployed, there is hope for those that seek help, especially with the state's expanded Medicaid for those living below the poverty line.
While Louisiana statistics can be scary, the expansion of Medicaid really is saving lives. You can have access to addiction treatment, which will facilitate your getting to that job that leads to all of that stability and helps to tether your feet in recovery.
Well, Dr. Harrison also says there are several jobs that are ready to welcome people that are in recovery with open arms. Now we have more information about our sit down with Dr. Harrison on LouisianaFirstNews.com. Reporting in studio, Bryanna Moore, Louisiana First News.
Doug, Sonia, Sherry and Barbara created The Echo, a newspaper in Fort Smith dedicated to showing the positive contributions of the Black community. But something so impactful came with its shares of ups and downs.
Yeah, I forgot my book review. I forgot you did a book review every time. That is so true.
Sherry Tolliver and Barbara Meadows, childhood best friends from Fort Smith, smile as they hold one of the first issues of The Echo, the city's first Black newspaper.
It was good, but we had a rough time. It wasn't an easy thing to do at all. Yeah. And to start with no money, no education in newspaper printing, no idea where we were going to take this.
After graduating high school, Barbara and Sherry left Fort Smith, but eventually returned, realizing the city lacked a Black newspaper, something they'd seen in Kansas City and California. So they decided to take matters into their own hands.
We would not print any bad news. No crime, no anything positive, make you smile, make you feel good. That's what we're going to print in that paper.
The Echo spread positivity throughout the community, but as two Black women, getting this big idea off the ground was far from easy.
We didn't have any money. We didn't even own a typewriter. Not a computer. We didn't even own a typewriter.
To publish their first issue, the duo raffled off items to raise money. With little knowledge of printing, they pursued their dream despite being told a Black newspaper couldn't succeed in Fort Smith. Even home life got rocky along the way.
Our husbands were just livid. They did not want to have anything. They weren't encouraging. Her husband even destroyed a bundle of papers one time.
Getting the Echo off the ground took time away from their families, but the duo was determined to provide a safe space for the community and challenge negative views of Black people, offering a glimpse of pride for the Black community.
And it was something that was just a part of us. You know, we wanted to be something in the community that would help people understand where we were going with this. You're going to make me cry.
Tears of joy. Barbara said they did it. Two Black women from Fort Smith created the longest running Black newspaper, lasting 25 years with no money, little knowledge of printing, and minimal support. But they had a dream.
They didn't think that we would be able to pull this off, but they had to apologize because we did it. We did it.
That's right, they did it. Barbara and Sherry say newspapers like The Echo help preserve history, stories, and most importantly, the memories that are dear to the Black community in Fort Smith. Reporting in studio, Bryanna Moore, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
It's amazing. He's not going to be able to hurt anybody else. We're going to get the justice that we deserve, that her children deserve. We're so excited.
This is Tia Howard, Tara Underwood's sister's response almost immediately after finding out the man wanted in relation to her sister's murder was caught in Morrilton, Arkansas.
We just like started crying. I got the chills. We're so thrilled. Our whole family's so happy right now. It's going to be a celebration today. Instead of going through pictures and being sad, we're going to be happy.
I also spoke with Howard yesterday as the family awaited Drake's capture. Tara Underwood was one of 2 victims found deceased in LaFerry's propane store in Gans, Oklahoma. Howard said that she was notified about her sister's death on Tuesday night by Tara's husband.
I was driving and my husband got a call from Robert, that's Tara's husband, that he was just distraught and crying, and I looked at my husband like, what's going on? Is it my sister?
She says she asked if her sister was alive. That is when her husband said no. Tia tells me that Tara leaves behind 3 kids. Her oldest, Jaylee Johnson, says she just wants everyone to know her mom would do anything for her and her siblings.
I want that to be known, that everybody does know that, but I want that put out there, that she loved her kids and would do anything to be here with us,
Tia also shared a few words about her sister.
Wish I could let Tara know that I got it and we got him, and I have your children, and I will fulfill that role.
The family says they want to thank everyone who helped authorities catch Stacey Lee Drake.
Thank you, and for being a sharing army and keeping his face out there and just making sure people are aware and safe and sharing.
Parents say he started using harder drugs. They say they noticed a change, the Cody they knew slipping away. His parents say just months after he turned 40, Cody died of a fentanyl overdose.
This family's yard that I'm currently standing in front of has been greatly impacted. I actually want to take a step back so you can take a better look at this garage that once stood tall in their yard, but is now completely demolished. And unfortunately, it did land on top of one of their vehicles that they tell me they had for over 20 years of the house. But they tell me that they had several family members in from out of town when they got the alert on their phone that the tornado was actually headed to Decatur. And yes, that's right. I had the chance to speak with Lauren Redican, who is a director at Pediatrics Plus in Rogers, and she tells me that the health and well-being of the parents is just as important as the student, and shared a few tips.
To Bryanna Moore, who is actually live this morning with a preview. Good morning, Bryanna.
Good morning, you guys. I have my Mickey ears on, so you know what that means. Disney on Ice. Let's party. It's here in the capital city, and as you can see, we are on the turntables, and I got my DJ. Go, DJ. I'm playing. That's Cooper. We are here with Cooper. You feel every single movement that the horse has, but I'm going to have Joni here just explain a little more.
Yeah. So whenever you're on the horse, you are getting a whole sensory experience. And so I think Bree kind of found that out whenever she first got on the horse. You are feeling everything. And so right now she's in.
Volunteers are excited to try to reach her $200,000 goal. But for now, Crystal, I'm going to send it back over to you at the desk.
All right, Bryanna, thank you for that.
Good morning, Crystal. So much fun. And as you mentioned, I am live in the Amazium. And before we have some fun, let me start my engine. That sounds like it. All right, well, I'm going to head over to my friend Holland Hayden, who is the communications director.
They just showed up, they signed up, and I'm thankful for it.
All right, absolutely amazing. And then I know on this side, you said this photographer kind of took a lighter approach to this, and the other photographer, Judge Patrick Deakins. Good morning, Judge. How are you
Bryanna,
doing?
good.
Do you need an extra driver? I'm just trying to make sure.
We always looking for drivers.
Okay.